You know, guys, when I was young, when I was just a little boy, my uncle used to do two nasty tricks to me. Okay, the first one was this, and I'll go like, and the second trick he did all the time was this, son, look at this, look at my fingers. Oh, and I would go. My dear uncle, if you are watching this video, now let me show you a trick of my own. Oh my god, son, how is all that smoke coming out of your mouth? It's vapor, okay, not smoke, get it right. And in my hand, I have the Target Mini. That is the trick right here. It is so small, guys. I've seen the pictures of this online. I've seen reviews. I've just not prepared for how fucking small it is. Okay, so this review is for the Target Mini 40 watt mod, mini mod. Not the entire kit, okay? I really don't give two shits about the tank that came in the kit, the Guardian tank or whatever. This is just a review for the mod itself. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the Target Mini mod. All the specifications, everything about the menu, how it works, the different modes, temperature control modes, nickel, stainless steel, whatever. Everything I'm going to show you right now in the close-ups. Alright guys, so this is the Target Mini mod by Vaporesso, and this is just the mod only. It does come in a different kit with a tank as well. If I'm not mistaken, it's called the Guardian tank by Vaporesso. So this little kit here costs about 30 bucks. The entire kit with the tank as well costs about upwards of $40. The reason I didn't get the entire kit with the tank is that I already have lots of different tanks, and all I was really interested in is the mod itself. So the packaging for the Target Mini mod is very simple, effective. You have an accurate color, the black color picture of the mod right in front here, and down here on the Target Mini mod you have everything you basically need to know about this mod itself. It's 40 watts in variable voltage. It does variable temperature in nickel, stainless steel and titanium TCR as well, and it has a built-in lithium 1400 mAh battery. So it's very good that they mention all the important stuff right on the box itself. At the side you have Vaporesso. On the other side you have some more instructions or some notes about the Vaporesso Target Mini, and some warning instructions over here. At the back you have Target Mini mod and a little bit more information about the mod itself and contents of the kit. Now, one thing you'd have noticed by now is that I have a sticky tape right here. And why is that? Because the box comes with a tab, a pull-out tab that I can just pull out like this. Unfortunately, the tab, I think, is fixed to the wrong part of the box. It is fixed to the side of the box. So, you know, I thought I was just being a bit too, a bit too rough at first. But now it makes sense to me. This tab here has to be fixed to the bottom of the inside box, not at the side. Because I think no matter what you do, you are going to end up with the same problem as well. This part is probably going to tear off. And here is the Target Mini mod by Vaporesso. It is really small. In fact, there's a new category now for mods like this called a mini mod. And this is just one of the mini mods out there today. Also inside the kit you have your USB charging cable, and this is a very nice charging cable. Most of the cables that come in your kit for your mod, I tell you, they look like really the cheapest of the cheapest USB cables that you can find, but this one, it looks really good and high quality. Also inside you have your manual, your user manual for your Target Mini mod. Alright, you have your instructions in English here and other languages as well. Inside you also have a warranty card, and instructions here on how to use the device and how not to use the device. Alright, so make sure you just read through this. Alright, let's start from the bottom. This time at the bottom you see your battery vent holes and also USB charging port to be charged with a USB cable. This has a built-in 1400 mAh battery, as I mentioned earlier. Alright, on the side, the construction of the Target Mini is zinc alloy and stainless steel, and this part here is carbon fiber. It does feel to me like real carbon fiber. It does have a texture to it. When I put my fingernails on it and try to scratch it, it does have some kind of texture on it. Okay, it's not any kind of just like a sticker or look-alike that they put in here. On the side you have Vaporesso and the Vaporesso logo, and this thing here, it does nothing. It's basically for grip. It's basically just so that they can keep this in line with the other Target mods, the larger Target mods that look identical to this in terms of the overall design language. The height of it is 58.1 millimeters. The width is 26.5 millimeters and the depth is 24.2 millimeters. It does come in 5 different colors: black, silver, pink, blue and yellow. When I say silver, well, it also means stainless steel. Okay, but that's how they describe it on their website, silver. So 5 different colors, cute little colors for you to choose from. Alright, on top you have your 510 connection here, copper 510 connection, and it is spring loaded, as you can see here. Alright, so this is a very small mod. I know of other mini mods that can fit a 24mm diameter atomizer, but for this one here, the Target Mini, all it can fit is 22mm, and I'll show you why. Okay, so let me put a Serpent Mini on. And as you can see, it fits really well. It looks just nice for the Serpent Mini. But this part here, okay, the design here, you can see that there is a limit. So this is a 22mm atomizer, but that's as much as it can take. It can't take any more than that. So here I have the iJoy Tornado, and this is 24mm. But this part here, okay, it's just not going to allow a 24mm atomizer to sit in here. And if you try it like I did, then of course you can see the damage here. The paint has chipped off a little bit. So this thing right here is just only for 22mm diameter atomizers. Okay, and that's okay because this is, well, it has its own function, it has its own purpose. It's probably going to serve you as some kind of backup mod, and I think it does a good job for that. Alright, so more technical specs on the mod itself. The output range here is between 5 to 40 watts. 40 is the maximum and 5 watts is the minimum that you can fire at. And the supported resistance for wattage mode is between 0.15 ohm to 5 ohm. In temperature control mode, it does between 0.1 to 1.0 ohm. Alright, and it has a max output voltage of 9 volts. Okay, in temperature control mode, in terms of temperature, it does between 100 to 315 degrees Celsius. For Fahrenheit, it does 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. And as I mentioned, it does temperature control in nickel, stainless steel and titanium as well. But although there's a USB cable here, the firmware here, the software here is non-upgradable, or at least nothing has been announced by Vaporesso if they plan to upgrade it in the future or not. Alright, so now let's take a look at the screen itself. Okay, 5 clicks to turn it on and off. And now it's on, it says Vaporesso, and now you have your menu screen here. Now I do have to point out that there is a screen protector, a layer of film here, screen protector, that you can take it out if you find this a bit too dark or too much of glare for you. You can take it out. I'm just going to leave it there. Alright, so at the screen here you can see the battery indication here. Right here, the battery indication. It starts off at the maximum 40 watts. You can see your voltage and your atomizer resistance. So I'm going to plug in the Serpent Mini right now so that we can go ahead and play around with the menu. Alright, so when you put in your atomizer, it asks you if it's a new load plus or old load minus. The problem is you can't really tell for sure which is the plus and minus button. Okay, so this is the plus button. Okay, so just press that For new atomizer, this is the minus, and this is another third button here for the menu button. Okay, so you can go voltage up, voltage down at 0.1 increments, like as you can see here. There is some kind of acceleration happening as well, down to 5 watts, the minimum. All right, and all the way up to 40 watts again, which happens pretty quickly, which is really good. Okay, and now to switch between the modes, you see the menu button here. All you need to do is hold the menu button for 2 seconds. And now it has changed to nickel mode, and it shows you the temperature. And you can use the up and down buttons to adjust your temperature. Alright, so for in Celsius, you go all the way down to 140. Okay, and then once you've hit the minimum, you press one more time, it will change to Fahrenheit. Okay, just like that. Now it changes back to Celsius and to Fahrenheit. And in Fahrenheit as well, go all the way down to the lowest, 280. It stops there, it will not go anymore. So release the button and press one more time, and then it will change to Celsius. Now hold the menu button again for 2 seconds, and it will change to stainless steel, and do it again. It will change to titanium. Alright, and one more time it will change to the TCR memory 1, TCR memory 2, and then back to wattage mode again. If you hold down both the up and down buttons at the same time, the screen will rotate. But I see no reason why you'd want to have the screen like this, so let's put it back. To lock your wattage settings here, all you have to do is press the up and the menu buttons at the same time like this. And it says system lock. To unlock again, press the 2 buttons, the wattage up button or the plus button. Well, although there's no plus here, okay. The right button, okay, and the bottom one, which is the menu button. And it will be unlocked. When you are in temperature control mode, okay, you can lock the resistance. All you have to do is press the left button and the bottom button at the same time like this. And you see a lock icon here. And to unlock it, again, same buttons, and you'll unlock your resistance, and now it shows the ohm symbol right here. That is fantastic if you ask me. Okay, I think all temperature control or variable temperature mods should allow you to lock your resistance. The Target Mini does, but you'll be quite surprised by how many TC mods out there don't even allow you to lock the resistance of your coils in temperature control mode. So good job for the Vaporesso Target Mini. Tiny, small, but at least when it comes to temp control, okay, you have all the basic stuff here. Now in temp control mode, okay, you cannot set your wattage. Okay, so now that I'm in stainless steel, I cannot set my wattage. All I can do is press a button. So it uses the entire 40 watts to preheat the coil. And well, some people may not like it, but you know, given what this mod is, I think it's pretty okay. 40 watts for me, it's good enough to preheat and get the temperature of the coils to whatever I set right here. And I have used this in temp control mode, in stainless steel mode. I had no problems whatsoever using it in temp control, although I can't manually adjust my wattage. For me, it was just fine. So basically it has a short circuit protection, no atomizer protection, low voltage protection, over vaping protection, which is when the fire button is pressed for more than 10 seconds, it will automatically stop, okay, or it will cut off. And it also has low battery protection. When the battery is under when the remaining battery is less than 10%, okay, it will indicate here low battery. Now my experience using the Target Mini, okay, in real life, I think it takes me about, well, more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half to charge the battery, normal charging. And in actual usage, I think it lasts me for a maximum of maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So that's not really an all day use kind of mod, okay, but for a backup mod, I think it works really well. It's a perfect mod for a backup mod, okay. Unless, of course, you don't really want to use temperature control, you don't really care about temperature control, then for 30 bucks, I think it's going to be pretty expensive as a backup mod. I mean, I have another backup mod here, which is the C Fiber mod, okay. And this thing costs about 19 bucks only. It has a built-in 3000 milliamp hour battery, no screen, nothing to fiddle with, okay, and just a fire button here. Just press it and it works, right? It has a USB charging port that can support 1 to 2 amps right here. You can see 3000 mAh. So this is actually my preferred backup mod, okay. But of course, it doesn't do temp control, okay. So really the Target Mini, and I think a lot of other mini mods, they serve a purpose. Maybe not the first mod you'd want to buy, but as a backup mod, as just another alternative, something to just, you know, maybe a conversation starter, whatever it is, definitely has its purpose out there. Build quality, I think it's great, it's excellent. So now all I'm going to do is just fit in some different atomizers here and show you how it looks like. Here's how it looks like with a Subtank Mini. You can see the Subtank Mini is larger than the Target Mini mod itself. And you know, it doesn't feel right to me, okay, because the mod is very light. I think the Subtank Mini is much heavier than the mod, okay. It works, okay. I don't know, man, it just looks weird, okay. And here is the Wismag theorem, okay. It fits nicely, flush, no gap whatsoever. And this one, it feels just nice, okay. It feels really balanced out because it's short. You don't have gravity pulling on everything right there. So I think something like this, maybe the Serpent Mini, Goblin Mini, any kind of mini tanks that are only 22 millimeters, mind you, okay, because that's all it can take. I think it's just a perfect combination for the Target Mini mod. If you didn't get the Guardian tank, then something like this would do just nice. The notch coil, of course, can be fired in wattage mode and also in stainless steel temp control mode. The Target Mini can do both of that, okay, so it is, well, it's a really nice match. Alright guys, so let's get back to FaceTime now. I'm going to vape on the Target Mini in regular wattage mode, also in temp control mode. And then I'm going to give you the pros and cons, and I'm going to give you a score. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a final score for everything I review, whether it's an atomizer or mod. I'm going to give a final score out of 10 based on a few things like build quality, design, features, firmware, the power and performance, and also value for money. So let's get back to FaceTime. Alrighty guys, we are back from the close-ups. Okay, so now I have the Wismag theorem on here at temperature, in temperature control mode. 0.2 ohm. I mean, it's so small I can't show you the screen. 0.2 ohms, and what is it? It's at, what is it at? Stainless steel, 270 degrees Celsius. Let's take a vape. Let's first test it out. Alright, it's using the entire 40 watts. You can't modify the watts, of course, as I showed you in close-ups. Let's take a vape. Alright, stainless steel, temp control mode. So you saw how it vapes. I mean, for 40 watts, you know, it does its job well. I mean, it serves a purpose somewhere in your collection. I'm sure there is some space for you for the Target Mini 40 watt mini mod. Okay, so if you want the best price for this, check the link in the description box below. Now anyway, let me tell you my own experience with this. Fully charged, how long does it take me to charge again? I don't know, 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours, you know, with normal charging, and it lasts for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So it lasts for about as long as it takes for you to charge it. But, you know, in its category as a mini mod, you know, it does have temp control. That's a good thing. Some other mini mods out there do not have temp control. The mini volt, for example, by Council of Vapor, no temp control on that. So this is 40 watts temp control. It has everything you'd want a modern day mod to have in like quarter of the size. Alright guys, let's get to this call. Let's cut to the chase, get to this call. For build quality, for the Target Mini, I would give it 10 out of 10. This thing is very solidly built. The materials used are excellent. I like the, what do you call this? The carbon fiber thing going on, okay? The build quality, no doubt, is 10 over 10 for me. Now let's go to the design. The design out of 10, I would only give it 6. And this is why I would only give it 6. I think this part here, okay, the design of it, I know they want to keep it in line with their, the normal Target Pro or whatever it's called, the full size mod, right? They want to keep it looking similar. But for a small, tiny little mod, I think the design is not efficient enough. As I showed you in the close-ups, this little thing here, okay, I don't see a point in that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you hold it like this. Okay, it just feels weird because I just hold it like this. So this part of the design is totally unnecessary. It gets in the way, as I showed you in the close-ups. So you can only use maximum of 22 millimeter diameter atomizer in here because of that design thing. Okay, so I would give it a 6 out of 10. I think for a tiny mod like this, the shape is a bit weird. Just a regular square block, I think, would do better. For firmware, for the features, for the menu system, I would give it a 8 out of 10. It is easy to use. Not the best menu system out there, but it is easy to use. But minus 2 points there for not being able to upgrade the firmware. For performance, for what it is, I would give it 8 out of 10. But I wish it lasts a little bit longer than like 2 hours. I wish I could charge it faster than like 1.5 hours. But it is what it is. Okay, it is a 1400 mAh battery. I think I've had other batteries that actually charge faster. I don't know, man, but I would give it 8 out of 10. Okay, now value for money, I would give it only 6 out of 10, and I'll tell you why. So this Target Mini here, it costs, what does it cost? It costs about $30, okay, which is cheaper than other similar mini mods out there like Council of Vapor, Mini Volt, cheaper by, I don't know, $4, $6, whatever it is. So that's good, okay, that's good because it has temp control, it's cheaper in the category of mini mods. But here's the thing though, this costs $30. Now for $32 to $34, you can get a Joytech EVIC VTC Mini or VT2 or VTC2 Mini or whatever it's called, a new version. Now that's slightly larger. It's still small. It's slightly larger, like about this big, and that has everything, man. That has a user replaceable 18650 battery. It has all the temp control mode. It has bypass mode. It has everything that this little thing doesn't have. So the question really is, do you really need a mod so small? Because if you're just looking for a small-ish mod, the EVIC VTC Mini costs $32. Oh, it also has firmware upgrades. It has a USB port, firmware upgrades, everything. So, you could get the EVIC VTC Mini and you won't be bound by the limitations of the Target Mini or other mini mods out there. So in conclusion, for a mini mod, the price is competitive with other mini mods. But overall, maybe this is an overall statement for mini mods out there. But, but overall, I think for just a little bit more, you can get something that is so much better in terms of performance, in terms of usability, like the EVIC VTC Mini. So the total score right here for the Target Mini 40 watts is going to be 7.6. So will this be my permanent backup mod? I don't know yet. It could definitely be one of them. But my issue here is with the battery not lasting that long. As I showed you in the close-ups, I have the C fiber mod. I'll put a link to the C fiber mod, which costs like between 17 to 21 bucks. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. If you're looking for a backup mod, that could actually be a better backup mod for you. So that's all for this review, guys. For the for the Target Mini 40 watts, I'm GK from GK Vapes. Thank you very much for watching. And as usual, okie dokie, no more smoky.